this is Maggie Fuller, and this is my shooting video of my 3 kids and I getting ready to wash my van. It's about 2 hours before sunset, so the sun is not super high, but it's also not the perfect golden hour. But I like it. It's fine. The kids are awake. It's not too late, close to their bedtime. That means we have lots of time. So I'm giving them the permission to play and wash my van in any which way they want to get it done, as long as they just get it done before the sun goes down. I quickly jumped in here to take pictures of them filling up the bucket because I knew the backlight would make the light sparkle. So here's the first image. My son is back there, my daughter's kind of sitting. Turns out I really like this one because you can see that all 3 of them are involved in this activity. Here's the next one where my younger daughter gets closer to the bucket, and I really like how her hair is lit by the sun and the water droplets are all around. So I like them both. Now the kids are just playing with the hose. My son is chasing the 2 girls around with it. They're laughing and screaming, having a great time. I'm back there behind the bushes on the left. You can't see me right now because I'm kind of far away, but I will pop back in just a second. I'm back there because I know he's going to squirt over the van, and I want to get a picture of the girls' reaction. And back there, the backlight is beautiful through the trees from the right. So I'm just kind of waiting for the moment to happen while they play and have a good time. So here are a couple of the images. This one I was further back, and you can see by her body language that she's trying to avoid the water as it comes at her. And I love her little feet up like she's jumping. And then this one, she's working while the water's kind of spraying around her. And then the final one, she glanced up, and I kind of like to see her little face. So in addition to capturing the backlight in this situation, I also knew I wanted to capture some of the light directly on the kids because I like that. I like the variety. I think it looks pretty and shows off their beautiful young bodies. So I'm over on this side where the sun is shining directly on the kids. So here are 2 of the images I got from the situation. So I loved the reflection in the window of her and that she was working. And then here I like this one too, her whole body face towards me in her bright bathing suit. Just loved this. The car wash continues, and now they're actually washing the car. And I really like when they pull the sponges out of the bucket when the water's dripping, that backlight. But I never actually got that picture. So I know he's about to throw it. That's his new game that he's playing. So I actually asked him to wait, and then he goes and his sister jumps in at the last second and joins in, and they both throw it. So I took a couple of pictures, and that's how I get the water coming off the sponges rather than just the bucket, which is sort of more of a story. They're actually doing something and playing, not just taking the sponge out of the bucket. So they continue to run around. You can see my son's mad at my older daughter here. So he's going to get a wet sponge and toss it at her. And I, of course, think that's a great option for a picture. So I run around from the other side because I don't want to shoot towards my garage with all this stuff in it. I want to shoot towards the outside with the context of the van and the front yard and everything. So he threw it, and I took a couple pictures. I only had one shot at it. So these were from the clip before of them throwing the sponges at the van. They were getting ready to throw, and then the next images of it going to throw. I just love the 3 set of images that show 1, 2, 3. This is what happened in the different ways that the water looked. Here are the 2 images from when my son threw the sponge at my daughter. You can see the throw and then the hit and all of the crazy water. This might be one of my favorite clips, so I'm going in close here and I'm taking an image of her and her shadow with the water there that you'll see in a second. And then this is why it's my favorite. What's coming with her in that pose. On the right, My son's chasing her with the bucket, and then my older daughter runs right through the hose. And those are some of my favorite images. So here, I'll show you. This one is the black and white one of her shadow rather than her reflection. You can see the hose water. I just think that's so different and a different perspective. And then her running right through the hose, and I'm so glad I was ready for that. I just was watching and waiting, and there it was. And then I also like the next one, how she comes back through, because you can see my younger daughter's face and how happy she is that she got her big sister. So they were doing a lot of play with the hose and the buckets. I didn't set this up quite right. We're off to the right over there. You'll see us peek in. But they were trying to fill up the bucket with the hose, and I just thought it was a different picture with car washing. And the more she moved back, the crazier the water got. So here's one of the images where you only see the bucket and the water, not the actual hose sprayer. So a little context is left off. But then this one, you can see the both of them where they're going through. You can see exactly where the sun is there shining and makes the black road reflective as well. And then this one is kind of my favorite because you can see both their faces, and missing the bucket, but yet there's so much pretty water around. And then one other one where they're squirting the opposite way, and you can just see I focused on the hose, and you can see my other daughter running away. I just wanted to show you the setup of the next few images. My son's over here on the right with the hose squirting towards the middle of the street, where my daughters have taken turns with these clear umbrellas. And I've been behind my son taking these images. This was before the hose started of her. I just love how she looks kind of like, oh my gosh, with the sun in her bright bathing suit. And then the hose came. You can barely see her, but you know there's somebody under there. And then the last one is my other daughter out there with the umbrella, and my son's trying to hit her as well. So this was just some more fun we had with the hose and just play. If you can believe it, we needed more water and more soap to maybe actually finish washing the van because we were having so much fun. So I took another image of my son using the hose to fill up the bucket. But the sun was lower now, so I wanted to see the difference in the image. Come to the end, the driveway's a mess. We're rinsing off the car to be done, and my daughter was just raising that hose, and that light was in a perfect spot. So that was kind of my closing image, and that's it. Thanks so much.